So now we will write a program to understand the conversions from basic type to objects and from objects to basic types. Okay, for that, first of all, we will create a class distance. Okay, and let's keep it small. The distance class we have already seen many times, contains basically two data members, int feet and float inches. Okay, but in this example we will include a third data type, that is float meters to feet. Okay, and this is a constant variable which we will use to convert the distance given in feet and inches to meters, and for converting the distance given in meters to feet and inches. Okay, so it is const float mtf. Okay, so whenever we use constant variables, it is a convention that we should mention their name using all capital letters. Okay, therefore I have written mtf in capital. Mtf means meters to floats. Whenever we want to convert meters to feet, sorry, so whenever we want to convert meters to feet or feet to meters, we will use the value of this variable. This is not a variable actually, this is a constant, and the value of this constant is 3.280833. Okay, and at the end let us append the f. F means this is a float value, not a double value. If we do not write f at the end, it will be treated as a double constant instead of a float constant. Okay, so what this value means? This value means 1 meter contains 3.280833 feet. Okay. Okay, now let us move to the public section of this class. In the public section, let us first create a constructor which is a no argument constructor. So in this constructor, we will initialize feet to 0, inches to 0.0, and the third member is mtf, meters to feet, and we will also initialize it here. Instead of here, let us do it here. Okay. Okay. And so this is our no argument constructor. Then let us create another constructor which is a one argument constructor. One argument constructor will take a float value, float m, suppose, and this value means m value is means meters. Okay, it will take a value in meters. Okay, and for other values we will use this constructor to convert this meter value into floats, into feet and inches. Okay, but we know the value of mtf, so let us initialize it here. It is 3.280833f. Okay. Okay, now we know the value in meters. We know how to convert meters to feet. Okay, how many feet are there in a meter? Okay, so now in this constructor we will write the code to convert this meter value into feet and inches. Okay, so how can we do that? For that, let us take a float variable, float fraction feet. Okay, so what this variable will do, this variable will convert this meter value into feet value. Okay, so how to convert this meter value into feet value? M multiplied by mtf. Okay, so means initially the constructor received the value in meters. Suppose value of m is 1. Okay, then here what will we get? 1 into 3.280. Okay, it is equal to 3.280. It means feet, total number of feet is 3.280. Okay, 1 multiplied by 3.280 is equal to 3.280. Okay, so this is the value of frac feet. Okay, now this frac feet contains both the feet value in feet as well as inches. Now we have to separate this. We have to extract the value, exact value of feet and the exact value of inches from frac feet. Okay, so how to do that? So for that, feet is equal to, we will convert this feet into int frac feet. Okay, so what it will do, it will give us the integer part of frac feet. Okay, so if the value of m, let me write here, is 1, then it means 1 meter. We have to convert 1 meter into feet and inches. Okay, then frac feet will be equal to m into, m is 1 into 3.280 to 833. Okay, and it is equal to 3.280833. So this is the value of frac feet, and this frac feet contains the fraction also. Okay, but we know that feets are not in fractions. Feet is an integer value. Okay, so in order to convert this value into integer value, we performed a type conversion here. We converted this frac feet into integer and assigned that value to feet variable. Feet variable is the data member of class distance. Okay, so in this way we got the value in feet. Now we have to extract the value in inches. What will be the value in inches? For that, inches is equal to 12 into frac feet minus feet. Okay, so whatever is left after subtracting frac feet from feet, what will be left? It will be 0.280833. This fraction will be left, and this fraction we will multiply it by 12. Why? Because 1 feet contains 12 inches. Okay, therefore the value, this value is in feet. Okay, this value is in feet, this value is also in feet, and when we subtract frac feet from feet, the value which we get is also in feet. Okay, so this is 0.280833 feet. And how to convert it into inches? How many inches are there in a feet? 12. Okay, so how many inches will be there in 0.28 feet? 0.28 multiplied by 12. So in this way we will get the value of inches. Okay, so this is what? This is the conversion constructor. Conversion constructor means this constructor deals with the conversion of a basic type to a class type. Okay, so what is the basic type here? Float meters, the value which we give to this constructor in meters. Okay, that is a basic data type. And what are we doing in this constructor? We are converting that basic value which is given in meters to feet and inches. Okay, and these feet and inches are part of this class. They are the data members of this class. So this is our conversion constructor. Let me write here conversion constructor. Okay, and now let us complete this class. Let us write get distance function. Void get distance, and here cout enter the value in feet, C in feet, cout enter the value in inches, C in inches. So this is a member function to get the value of data members feet and inches. Okay, now let us write another data member, void show distance, cout feet and inches So suppose the value of feet is 12 and the value of inches is 5. So 12 feet and 5 inches it will be displayed. Okay. So now let us write the main function. In the main function, let us create a variable float meters. This variable we will pass to the conversion constructor, and the conversion constructor will give us the corresponding value in inches and feet. Okay. Let us create a distance. Let us assign some value here. Okay, that is distance d1 is equal to 10.56. Okay, so here what are we doing? Here we are creating an object of class distance. The name of that object is d1 and d1 has been initialized to 10.56. So out of these two constructors, which constructor will be called? The constructor, one argument constructor, which is actually the conversion constructor, this will be called. Okay, and 10.56, this value will be passed here. Okay, so float m here will be equal to 10.56, and here float fraction feet, it will multiply 10.56 with meter to float, meter to feet, in order to convert that meter value into feet value, and from that feet value we will obtain the individual number of feet and the inches by using these two statements. Okay, so now let us try to call d1 dot show distance. Okay, and at the end return 0. So what do you think will be displayed by show distance? Let us think for a moment and verify whether your answer was correct or not. But before that we have to rectify this error. Okay, here also we have semicolon missing. Okay, So it is 34 inches, 34 feet and 7.74719 inches. Okay, so what happened? We passed a float value. We created this object by using the one argument constructor, and the value passed was 10.56. This value was copied into this variable float m, and this float m variable was converted into feet by multiplying with this constant, and from this value we extracted feet and inches. Okay, and then when we called show distance, the show distance gave us the values of feet and inches. Okay, feet and inches. What are the value of feet and inches? The values which we calculated in these two statements. So here we are converting a basic type to an object, to a user defined data type. Okay, so first half we have seen how to convert a basic type to a user defined data type. Now the second part is the conversion from the user defined data type to a basic type, and this is handled using the conversion operator. Okay, conversion operator is also the part of this distance class, is the part of the class for which you want to perform the conversion. So we have to write it in this class only, and this is actually a function, but this function looks like the functions which we used during operator overloading. Okay, so let us write the conversion operator for this distance class. So the function starts with the keyword operator. Okay, and then you have to write the name of the data type to which you want to perform the conversion. We want to convert this user defined data type distance to float data type. Okay, therefore I have written float here. Okay, and inside this we have to write the statements that should be executed so that we can convert the distance given in feet and inches to meters. Okay, so let us again declare the same variable float frac feet, and frac feet is now equal to inches divided by 12. In the previous case we multiplied inches by 12. Okay, because we were converting from meters to uh, float, meters to class data type. Now we will divide inches by 12 so that we will get a fraction of inches. Okay, so if it is 8 inches, then 8 by 12 it is 0.75. It means 8 inches means 0.75 feet. Okay, so 8 inches will be converted into feet, that is 0.75 feet. That is why we are calling this frac feet, means how much fraction of feet the inches contain. Okay, so if it is 8 inches, they contain 0.75 fraction of feet. Okay, now frac feet not only contains the value which we obtained from inches, but also let us add the value which is there in variable feet. Okay, so this is the total number of frac feet. Okay, so if the value was 12 inches and 8 feet, then what happened? We converted 12 inches uh, and 0.75 inches. Okay, we converted, sorry, this is 12 feet and 8 inches. Okay, so 12 feet and 8 inches means 12 feet and 0.75 feet, And what is the total number of feet? 12 plus 0.75, 12.75 feet. Okay, so that is what we are doing here. And let us use a static cast here. We are converting the feet value, which is an integer, to a float value. So static underscore cast to integer, we are converting it to float, and this we have to put in parentheses. Okay, so this is what we are getting in fraction feet. Now this fraction feet has to be converted into meters. Okay, so and that value has to be returned. Okay, so in the previous case we multiplied by m2f to convert meters to fraction feet, and now we will do the opposite. To convert the fraction feet to meters, we will divide the value by mtf. Okay, so return frac feet divided by mt. Okay, so this will give us the value in meters, which will be returned by this operator, conversion operator. This is the conversion operator. Okay, and now in the main function, let us try to use this conversion operator. So let us create a variable float meters. Let us create distance d2 object, and d2 is, now I have not passed any arguments here while creation of the object. So which constructor will be called? The default no argument constructor will be called. Okay, so this constructor will be called, which will initialize feet inches to 0, and mtf variable, mtf constant will be initialized to 3.28. Okay, and now let us call d2 dot get distance. Okay, this will allow the user to enter the values for d2, and also call d2 dot show distance. It will give us the values which we have entered, and now we want to convert this into meters. The distance d2, which is there in feet and inches, I want to convert it into meters. For that, let us use mtrs is equal to static underscore cast. I want to convert it into float, and here the argument is d2. Okay, and cout here, let us write d2 in meters is equal to mtrs. Okay, so let us run it. Enter the value in feet. Okay, so we will use the same value which we got here, 34 feet. Enter the value in inches, 7.747 inches. So we entered 34 feet and 7.47 inches, and when this is converted into meters, it is giving us 10.56. Okay, so in the previous case where we converted meters to feet, then this was the value which we initially gave, and now it is also giving the same value, so therefore the conversion is correct, right? And instead of writing static cast float, we can directly write meters equal to d2 also. This will also work. Okay, so let's run it. So enter the value. Let us run, enter 10 and 8 inches. Okay, so in meters it is 3.25. Okay, so in this program we learned how to convert this basic type to user defined data type, and the conversion from user defined data type to basic data type.